Welcome back to another episode of Inboxing. I'm your host, Hillel Berg, and today we have an amazing guest, a dear friend and someone I've been in touch with for a long time because she's a local email expert like myself here in Israel. And she's got a great story. I'm really excited for her to share it with us and also the tips and everything. She's got a great head for all this stuff. She probably could have been a doctor, but we'll take her as an email marketing expert and a great one at that.
This episode is brought to you by Combine. As an agency owner, I'm always looking for tools that can help me scale revenue without adding to my costs. Some of the most effective tools for me, personally, have allowed me to build new service lines. With Combine for email, we can convert email designs to code that works even on Outlook, all in a single click. I tested it on some of the designs we covered on this podcast, and the results are truly amazing. Code generations happens in one click, download in another. Preview these emails across different screens and send yourself a test email directly using the tool. Oh, and you'll also get notified about code compatibility issues right inside Figma. Brilliant, isn't it? The tool also lets you customize responsive behavior for mobile screens with fluid and stacking settings to ensure a viewing experience just as you intended. So if you want to create a new service line as an agency owner or save time as an email developer, try Combine for email today.
So for any further ado, please welcome Anna Levitin.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me, and super excited to be here.
For sure. We're really excited to have you with us, and just to really hear your story. You definitely have a story that's not the most common story. Most of us have somewhat boring lives, but other people, have more of an adventure and intrigue. How they got to where they got, and so with that said, let's kick off the first question. Just introduce yourself. Tell the audience, your background, how you got into a career in email marketing, and that turned into the expert you are today.
Sure. So since the age of 6, I was planning to be an email marketing. I knew that I want to send emails. Yeah, of course, you understand that it's not the case. Email chooses you, not the opposite. So I actually started my marketing career about 11, 12 years ago, building some family friend startup, and later on working in an agency with very classic marketing tools, you name it, newspapers, radio, out of house advertisement. And slowly, it led me to digital marketing, to the more modern way of communicating with people. And actually, I think it's also combined with my MA degree in cultural anthropology. So I was always very curious about exploring different cultures, people, behavior, and try to segment. So this is sort of I'm doing now in email, just more relying on numbers. And I, for the last almost 2.5 years, I lead marketing operation and email at a company called Powtoon. Powtoon is a visual communication platform that helps individuals and enterprises to communicate better, to build engaging presentation, and build a relationship with their coworkers and customers, clients.
All right, awesome. So, that now you've been working in Powtoon, or perhaps you've been working in email for over 5 years. So what are your most proudest achievements?
Oh, that's a great question. Because when I talk to to my friends who are completely like in the different field, like, oh, but emails, like it's that spam, right? That I always receive in my inbox, or oh, emails, it's like you just write something and send. So I think it's actually there are like many more achievements um, within this within our field. So I would say one of the greatest achievements like this year, we went through the ESP migration process, and I will speak a little bit about this further, so I'm not telling everything. And another achievement that actually connects my passion for languages, because I do speak like several different languages. It's that in one of the previous companies where I worked, we worked with like about different 15, 20 different languages, 25 countries. And I really, really like this opportunity to not only communicate with people from all over the world, but also like adjust, personalize my communication. So I think being able to advertise and to build communication with people from start from Brazil to Argentina, Korea to North America, it's just amazing. And of course, I love sharing my knowledge, and I love attending events with fellow email geeks. So I'm very proud that I started like my speaking sessions a few years ago, and so far I spoke at different events like MailCon, Inbox Expo, Martech Fest, and I'm looking forward to what 2024 can bring me in terms of sharing my knowledge.
Yeah, well, now on inboxing. Is this your first
Right.
podcast? All right, stage and recorded media. So good for you. That's awesome. It was interesting what you said about localization. I remember, that when I had a conversation with Elliot Ross from Action Rocket, and one of the biggest things that he said when I interviewed him about email taxi for email was that localization was like a huge, difficult, thing to figure out, and that so many companies are having to do the same email in many languages. So it's just interesting, like how far that takes companies. When you can solve that riddle. And I saw even now in Stripo, it's also a good, great company. I love working with them. I saw they've had advanced, they're doing a lot of stuff with localization, and I think that helps companies actually, reach new heights. Is that something you guys are doing also at Powtoon to try to help it, reach new audiences and stuff?
So I absolutely agree with you that localization is like it's super important. And I actually had a podcast with Stripe, also methods on localization. So generally speaking, I think localization should go like beyond the translation. It's not like word to word, like using automated translators, AI, whatever. So it's all about like localization. And when I saying this word, it includes many several factors like adapting for culture, adapting for like time zone, for habits, like you name it. Here at Powtoon, our product is in English, so the application itself. So we mostly communicate with our user in English. We have some content in Spanish, in Portuguese, and in French. But this is the thing that if the product itself is in English, so we have to keep this consistency in the communications with the users. However, sometimes we have a very like niche webinars in specific languages. But generally speaking, like again, I'm like going back a few years ago when I was working for an e-commerce company. You can translate the whole campaign, prepare everything, and then at some point realize that, for example, Friday 13 is not the same for everyone. That for some cultures, it's actually not a Friday 13, it's like Tuesday 17 has the same meaning. So imagine copy is ready, design is ready, landing page is developed, and then like, oops, we have to redo everything. So again, like I spent 7 amazing years studying ethnology, cultural anthropology. So it's like my interest in general, and I think it pretty much integrated into email marketing as well. Even like think
Right. I
about
mean,
the reference center where you can choose not only the topics you would like to receive, but also the language you would like to receive communication in.
right, for sure. Yeah, I just had a thought and it ran away. But I'm just gonna go to the next question because it just fell out of my head. So what is your favorite or most memorable campaign either that you saw or that you sent, and why?
I can say that, like, I don't have one campaign, but I sort of very inspired by products or services that like one once in a life, let's say, you know, purchase a property, right? It's not something we're doing like on a daily basis, maybe several times in our life. uh, so how it's like very difficult to advertise it, and very difficult to add like extra services to that. And one of example, you know, yeah, let's go back to e-commerce, for example. There is one company, Casper, that sells mattresses and all the products. So again, mattress, this is not something we're buying every year, even probably it's like once in 5, 7, maybe 10 years. But yet, like, I genuinely love their emails because of course they trying to sell other products, but you know how they talking about their main products, and how they advertise it, and how they educate users that, okay, you know, every 5 years you need to change the mattress. This is how you should take care of them. This is their product that might help to take care of that. So yeah, and I think there are so many amazing emails. I love AMP emails, like interactive emails where you can play within there, within the email itself, or again, give feedback, or communicate with the brand, you know, without extra clicks. So I think that the more actions I can do within the email with like less clicks, this is like the best emails for me.
All right, awesome. All right, so we're gonna be now reviewing um, emails from the last year, and we'll record it at another time. Here's the first one, and we're seeing a Pokemon.
It's very yellow, as we can see. Yeah, the logo.
It-
I like the GIF, definitely.
Yeah, the background is very cool. It's very, Aurora, Borealis, whatever they call that thing. That's what I'm thinking of. That's the first thing that drops in my mind.
I'm wondering how many frames they used in this GIF and how it will look in Outlook, because all of us know that, you know, in Outlook, you only see the first frame.
Right. No, so it could be static, meaning not like the fallback is probably fine because it's just static, meaning like it's that.
Yeah.
But what's cool here is that the background is alive and the foreground is static. So that's unusual. Right?
That's
Like usually you
very
have a foreground GIF and the background is static. Like here it's the opposite. And I assume if you're a Pokemon fan, like this is like you're falling over yourself. Like
Holiday gift guide. I love gift guides. I think it's like has a good conversion rate, especially before the holiday season.
right.
Cover the perfect gift for Pokemon fan in your life. Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so
Start
they're
your
selling
shopping
right.
list.
So like the first image is really just to get you excited, and then
I like that it's
slow down. Yeah,
it's a chess order, and I
Go
like
to the
that
top
they're
thing.
changing.
Scroll up. No, you're going the wrong way. Yeah, I want to see that second section. Right there. Stop.
Mm-hmm.
Stop there. All right. 'Tis the season at Pokemon Center. All right. I didn't even know Pokemon had a store.
Me neither, but something new every day. I like that the first CTA is not generic. If you can scroll a little bit up, I want to read what the first CTA. Start your shopping list. Okay, yeah, okay, not list shop now, and then each each section has a shop now CTA.
Right. There's a lot of GIFs.
Fine. Yeah.
GIFs is, like, right. I mean, I guess they want to show a lot of products.
Mm-hmm.
They have like the pajamas and the socks and
I would like to get some socks.
some Pokemon socks.
Why not?
It's
Okay, what else we
yeah,
have?
and then underneath they have, it looks like, games, and it's interesting. Also, they're not saying buy on our site necessarily. On the bottom, actually, it's saying go to Amazon. Like, it's a brand, but their main thing isn't their own store; it's their brand. So they're
Right.
pushing their store, but at the same time, it's like, go to Amazon. We have all these fun games that you can buy at Amazon.
Okay, I think we're ready to scroll
You
down
can
a little
scroll
bit.
a little more. All right, what is this?
What is shape?
What is that thing? Celebrate the holidays and Pokemon together.
I like it. Interesting if it's clickable. So where the
Where is
link
that
goes.
going?
Yeah, probably also to Amazon or to their like center.
It's interesting, the whole email, but think
Learn
about it, like
more.
even that image, it has this like border around it.
Yeah,
Like it's
love
on
it.
a background. It's very, very cool. Like the whole background image. There's a lot of cool design elements
I
happening.
like the CDA background color.
Gradient on the
yeah,
CTA.
gradient. This is lovely.
Yeah, that is cool. This is the Pokemon holiday site. So they have a whole. It's interesting though that they're, like the CT. There's like 4 CTAs going to different places.
Yeah,
Like it's not. Usually you have like one email. You want like one CTA. This is what we want you to do. Here it's like we have, visit the Pokemon holiday site. That's the 4th CTA I think we found. We have one going to Amazon, one going to the Pokemon store.
but I feel
And
like
at the top, there was no CTA. Start your shopping list, which I'm not
Yes,
sure where
correct.
that goes.
I feel like the CTA learn more could have been like, this is at least what I always advise. Learn more about subject or discover subject, like be more specific.
Yeah. And you can scroll down. And then I guess
Wow.
snuggle under a warm blanket. All right, so they're now, I guess they have a TV show.
Very nice
Like-
wording, actually.
Home for the holidays with Pokemon series. Snuggle under a warm blanket, curl up with a mug of hot cocoa, and get into the holiday spirit watching Pokemon with friends and family. Also join us for a marathon of Pokemon, the series episodes on Tuesday in December from 2 to 5 Pacific time on Twitch. All right. So that's another CTA.
I like the wording, straightforward. But yeah, my confusion maybe it's too many CTAs, but it's sort of like we had this feeling because we knew that it's a guide, it's a gift guide, and whatever, especially in e-commerce, whatever you send a gift guide, it has like variety of different call to actions.
For sure. But I think also because it's Pokemon and it's a TV show. It's like a toy series. It's like all these different
Right.
things. Like, so there's a lot, like it's for the fan,
Yeah, correct.
right? Like we're not fans. So this doesn't really speak to us. Like maybe if I have a nephew, I'll click the Amazon link and go to Amazon. But if I'm a fan, I'm interested in when can I watch Pokemon, and I'm probably it's Pokemon, right? I'm killing it.
Okay,
Yeah,
it
so it's
seems
like when to watch.
cards.
Oh, we're not even at the end of it yet. Seasons Gaming, special events are serving the holiday.
It's a good point. You said we are not at the end. Interesting if Gmail will cut.
Oh, I
the-
got this email?
Yeah, I recently had this discussion in my LinkedIn post, and I don't remember exactly the size of the email, but
Yeah, no, I was shocked that you can minimize the HTML. Yeah, then that really works. Like, you ever see minimize the HTML?
so it weight less.
It's it just removes like all space. Like it's
yeah.
just a blob of
Nice.
text, which is the code, and that works. Like it cuts it's a tool actually in Parcel.
That we both like.
But anywhere on the internet, you can just take your HTML if you're coding in code, which you could do that if you're in. You could do that actually also with Stripo. Stripo has a
Interesting.
checkbox. You can make it tiny. But that does help. Like if you ever see an email in Gmail and it's really long email
Yeah.
and it didn't cut off, likely they did,
should be some
they
magic
use
there.
something. There's some magic there, exactly. But this email, I have no idea if it would be cut off or not. My guess is because it's so image heavy, it definitely would be cut off.
I like these nice elements on the background, like
Like these
I'm
little
not sure if it's
stars.
image.
And
Yeah,
I wonder if it's just repeating. I wonder if it's the same throughout. You could scroll through the whole thing.
very wintry. Lovely. Very nice.
There is so much.
I assume this is their like a regular, navigation bottom bar. Looks nice. And the year is 2024, which I like. It means that they
It's up to
change
date.
it. Up to date, yes.
Or they're using a variable. That's the easy way to do
Or
that.
snippets, which I love personally.
Yeah, nice email. All right. I think we're ready to go to Apple.
Ooh, the second one.
Let's go to the top. Yeah. Okay. All right. It's the
Great.
the iPhone 15 Pro Titanium.
Mm-hmm.
Can you zoom in a
Amazing.
little? It's hard to read that text.
Amazing images,
There we
like
go.
always. I mean, it's Apple. Pre-order, learn
Oh, from
more.
$9.99. Can you one more? There we go. All right, from
Are you looking to
$1.99.
purchase? You're
Yeah,
just
exactly.
interested.
I just want to know what the text says.
It's interesting solution with two CTAs, like one sort of the main and another is hyperlink text. Yeah,
It's and you have a pre-order, the 15 Pro.
I
15 Pro
assume it
Max.
has been sent before it was on sale, like officially.
Yeah, no, it says for sure because it's pre-order.
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting. They didn't even like tell you any specs or anything. It's like order it now. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Like for the the Apple guy, he's gonna order this no matter what.
Yeah,
It doesn't
if
really
you're
matter.
a fan, yeah.
If you're a fan, exactly, you already know all the specs because you've been googling it forever. And so scroll down a little bit. What is this image? Oh, that's the side of it.
Nice.
That's the side image, and those are the cameras.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what are those four things?
Yeah.
What do we got? We got all new titanium design. Makes these our lightest iPhone, lightest one ever. You got the A17 Pro is a really good chip. You got
I like these sort of unique selling points that they added in the first image.
like right away you got these 4 points. I mean, these are the main points, I guess, of this phone.
Yeah.
That it's really light, that it has a great chip, so it's ridiculously fast or whatever. Has a really, really good camera. Well, 3 cameras, I guess. And the new action button. All right, I guess there's a new button that they're excited about. Scroll down. Slowly.
Oh, wow. It's,
USB-C,
8 of them.
finally. I mean, I was like, I think a big deal for the Apple community that they finally, you don't need your special cable. You could just use any USB cable.
Correct.
And all-day battery life, so strong battery. Dynamic island bubbles, alerts.
I like
and
they
live
use different
activities.
fonts to highlight
Right.
viewpoints. It's nice.
Yeah. They also like this palette is like black, this gray, and white, and that's it.
Yeah. I'm wondering how it will look in the dark mode. I assume they tested.
Oh, I feel like they probably just made it. You know what I find? I don't know. I'm curious. I mean, we won't know because actually this is. I don't know. I'm curious. I don't know. Just when I worked for a big company, like they were so, like their branding and they wanted a big image. I mean, I fought with them. I was like, no, you can't do that. and like their main flagship emails were just an image, and that's how they would send them. And there was tons of tiny text that was, like all their like legal text was it was impossible to read because it was
by
shrunk to nothing.
accessibility.
Right, except it was not accessible for anyone. But I imagine Apple, they did this right.
Let's scroll down a bit.
Oh, that's the only thing. Learn more. Their CTAs, I guess, are blue. So learn more about it. Euphoria.
I like this word. Euphoria.
It's true. It's a good word. It definitely
And
exists.
again, we see the double CTA here. Pre-order, learn more.
Right. Well, this is the top one was the Max, I think. It was the iPhone 15 Max. This is the 15. So this is a little bit cheaper. I think the other one was $9.99. This is $7.99.
I like these close-up photos.
It's a different camera. That's the first
Mhm.
thing I could tell. It's not the 3 cameras, the 2 cameras. Still probably a fantastic phone. Color fused glass. These are the selling points of the $800 phone. So it's got the dynamic bubbles, and
Great.
a good camera. Not as much about the battery and lightness. You know, that was, I guess, the Titanium Max was the whole thing, was that it's titanium and it's super light and really strong battery. This different highlights.
I'm wondering how we will see these small, tiny icons in mobile. Either it will be one after another, or
I think it's probably simple. I'm sure they're just, you know, it's a 2-column layout, so it just goes into one column
Yeah.
and simple,
Yeah, I agree.
simple. Yeah. I wonder if they center those images or not. You know.
question.
Right. So USB-C, awesome battery. So they still have a lot of those same kind of things. It's not as good a chip. This is the A16. The other one's the A17. Roadside assistance. I think you're buying a car.
Oh, I like this. Which iPhone is right for you?
Is it like... It's just
Compare.
compare. It has a link to compare
Great.
them.
I would see here, like I can imagine like a GIF image. I don't know why, like suitable for, like which one is suitable for you, and then you just see different.
What's interesting to
models.
me about both these emails that we looked at so far is like they're almost like a website.
Yeah.
You know, like there's so much going on.
Mm-hmm.
There's, you know, like compare and the CTAs and a lot going on.
Okay.
Scroll down. Ways to save. Good emoji use. $0 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And probably buy a plan or whatever.
Yeah, they offer different possibilities to pay. You can do it. Oh,
At the Apple Store.
Yeah.
Alright.
Lovely.
And fast delivery and buy online, pick up in store.
Mm-hmm.
And finally,
Wow, it's
Oh,
a
it's-
huge legal text.
plenty. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen an email with that much disclaimers.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
But yeah, they had like a prefix, like or how you call it, like the small numbers. That
Yeah.
probably like can explain a lot of stuff in the notes. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. There's a lot of, I'm sure. I mean, I remember when I worked at a company that used to use a lot of disclaimers, I became an expert of all different alt codes,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and the crosses and the stars and double
Yeah.
stars and double crosses and you know, all these different weird things to put in 4 and 5 and 6 disclaimers. So, all right, that was interesting. We check out the Salesforce. All right, you just blow it up. This is like brighter and happy.
Wow, that's a lot of things going on here.
Yes, even more. Let's make it big.
Everything
Yeah,
you
nice.
need to
Okay,
know.
perfect. That's good.
I'm wondering if it's the CDA, everything you need to know to make the most of day one.
Yeah, it's also interesting. I bet this is an image. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think there's a way we can see what it looked like on mobile, but
And we see AI, of course.
oh yeah, and there's a nice use of AI. Yeah, those interesting trees.
Mhm.
Everything you need to know to make the most of day one. Make badge trees with digital pass. Oh, so they have an event.
Yeah.
Okay, so where to get your pass, and pickup times, and I guess it was their conference.
Yeah, yeah.
Dreamforce is their big
Dreamforce
conference.
is the conference.
Is
yeah.
their conference. This is day one. They sent
Of
this
the
email. Okay, I'm going to this conference and I got my
I
agenda.
attended one, I think, local
really?
here. I would add like link to, to find the address on a map, something like that. If I can
okay.
drive there. Or I assume they
Well, I
might have
wonder-
sent a separate email about
It could be that the address is linked. Like, is it? Can you tell? No, the address there. Moscone Center West.
If it's
No, it's
applicable,
not.
no.
It doesn't appear to be.
Okay, interesting.
It's interesting, yeah. I mean, it's just they probably made work not to let it link. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of inbox providers will automatically link that.
Right.
So
Like the time zone, the same, like
Uh-huh.
day and time.
day and time
whatever.
you want to add to calendar, right?
Correct. And in order to prevent that, I had like
A span or whatever. Yeah, you gotta.
space symbols, characters. Okay, we go to agenda.
Non-breaking spaces, so it breaks it. This is a nice agenda. It's also it's gonna be all text, so like it just will respond nicely, I'm sure.
I feel like I would like, if I see the session that I want to attend, I want to add it into my calendar
calendar.
immediately. Yeah.
It could be it's all linked. I mean, we don't know it's not, but it is a really nice email. I mean, I like the design, like the colors.
But it says
It's-
your day one agenda, maybe it's already like has been peaked. Like all these sessions, these.
Well, it seems like they want you to attend everything. Like it's not like multiple. It's not like breakout rooms where
Okay.
like this is your agenda. This is what you're supposed to be doing today. 9 o'clock in Moscow and South. Then the main keynote is in Moscow North, Hall F. And then find automation bliss with T-Mobile. So
Okay. Let's scroll down. Sessions. Okay.
Can't miss. Don't miss the inspiring main keynote.
Yeah, it's very important
Mark
to put
Benioff.
to put a face to the name. Like I like when there are pictures of speakers.
Right. Yeah. Good job there.
Add to agenda.
It's also nice the way they did it. Like, like the image on the way they did the image with a background. Like I appreciate that because I would just do a circle. Just I'm not a designer. Right. The way they did her. That would be my first thing to think about.
Okay, yeah, nice. The same.
AI
sort
for
of-
humans, not robots.
They highlight a few sessions. It's good.
Right, well, this is the afternoon, I guess. There's different sessions, different times.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's obviously all about AI.
Yeah, but they don't mention the names of the speakers on the second session.
This one, these two guys, we don't know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they are.
Yeah, it would be great to add the names.
They could
I
be
think.
AI. They're not real people. They're not.
Correct.
They look kind of fake, no?
Find your people at Dreamforce. Book a meetup. Yeah, that's great that they provide an opportunity to connect informally. What do you think about dots at the end of the title?
Oh, punctuation.
Yeah.
I don't think it needs it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I usually remove it. Like if it's in like the doc, I'll usually take it out.
I feel like
This is the title.
for me, it depends on the mood,
Uh-huh.
on the mood of the email, and depends on my mood. But usually, I remove the dots. Yeah.
I also hate widow words. You see what I'm talking about? How experts, it's on a line by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would hate that. I would use a non-breaking space between product and experts to keep it to have it 2 lines.
Yeah.
Like balanced, not
Right. But at least
Uh-huh.
it's consistent. Like if there is dot in the title, so it's everywhere.
right. Now that's saying get the app,
Yeah, that's great.
the events app. Yeah, that probably will be
You
helpful.
guide everything Dreamforce.
It's like a whole world in itself.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they have a hashtag.
Okay, yeah, a lot calmer. This, footer
Yeah.
compared to the Apple email. Like
Great.
it's much,
Very nice. A lot of information.
much cleaner. Yeah, that's a nice design.
I would maybe add a call to action like invite your friends or share with colleagues. Wanna know someone who wanna join
right,
you on this
or coming
day.
with friends. Make sure like
Right.
send the agenda to them. Like share, right, with your WhatsApp group or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's
You don't see
lovely.
that much. You don't see like share this email in WhatsApp. You know what I mean? Like or
Yeah. I mean, I barely share emails personally, but when it comes to the event, it would be great.
right, exactly. Like in case you missed it, like
Mhm.
like here's the agenda.
Correct.
Cool. All right. Well, I think that concludes our, you know, our review for today.
So we reviewed three
So-
amazing emails: Pokemon, Apple, and Salesforce.
Right. And they're all different. I mean, it's also fun about this is like each one is to totally different audiences for something
Correct.
totally different. Like we see, this is, like for a conference, for the people going to the conference. Pokemon is for the Pokemon people. And then Apple's for the, everyone's talking to their audience. I guess that's like a theme of these emails. That like, yeah, they're doing a good job talking to the audience.
I'm curious to see results.
Right, exactly. It's hard to compare them,
Yeah.
I think. But I think everyone did a great job. And thank you, Andrew, for submitting. And that's it.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
For sure.
Glenn.
Thanks for coming and joining me today. And it's great to see you in the live, in flesh. Yeah. But that's it.